Let's say you want to start investing from today $568 per month for the next 10, 20, 30, 40, 45 years. I don't know about you, but I'm still planning to be here in the next 45 years. At least that's my intention. What would this $568 per month turn into 10, 20, 30, 40, and 45 years, assuming a 10% rate of return? So if you look at the end of 10 years, $568 turn into $116,000, assuming a rate of return of 10%. If we look at the end of 20 years, the same $568 per month turn into $431,000. If you look at the end of 30 years, the $568 per month turns into $1.3 million. Now, if we take it the next step further, at 40 years, the same $568 turns into $3.6 million. And now we take it 5 more years and the same $568 turns into $6 million. You may ask, hold on a second, what is all this about? How did you even come up with this $568 per month? What is up with this odd number? The average car payment in the US as of the mid-2020 was $568 per month. Pretty significant, isn't it? And I bet you that now, today, as of beginning of 2022, it is even bigger than that. And the sad news is that this number is only going up. The $568 when it was published mid of 2020, 5 years before that, the average car payment was $480 per month. And that is a difference of 18% cumulative. Today's topic is it will make you richer faster. Really what I'm talking about today is turning that car payment into a monthly investment. Now you may ask, so you're suggesting not to have a car at all? What are you talking about? How can I even get by? No, that's not what I'm talking about. That's not what I'm suggesting you to do. That's not what I am doing. Before I provide my final suggestion, let's look at the same numbers I showed you a little bit earlier today, but now with a slight twist. Let's make it more interesting. Let's look at the first scenario. Let's assume you start investing today $568, assuming a rate of return of 10%, and we invest it for the next 10 years. And then we stop investing, but we keep the money in that investment account for the next 35 years. So at the end of this 10 years, you would have accumulated $116,000. Then we stop investing, but we keep them in. We still keep them in, invested at 10%. Let's look at what would they turn at the end of 35 years from then. That investment would turn into $3.8 million. And remember, you only invested for 10 years and then you forgot about it. For the next 35 years, you didn't do anything. Let's take it a step further. Let's say that you do not want to stop investing for the next 20 years. Starting today, $568, you invest for the next 20 years at a rate of 10%, and then you don't do anything about it, but you still keep them in for a total of 45 years. Let's see, what would that number look like? So at the end of 20 years, you stop investing, but you keep them in for the next 25 years. That number turns into $5.2 million. If you keep investing for the next 30 years and then leave the money in for another 15 years without you putting another dollar, the number would turn into $5.8 million. And then if you are one of those that still want to keep investing, let's say you invest for the next 40 years and then the last 5 years you don't touch the money, but you still keep them invested, the amount will turn into $5.9 million at the end of 45 years. Isn't this a lot of fun? You see how with a slight twist, the numbers turn out pretty good as well. My suggestion is to never stop investing, even if it's a little bit. But let's say you do want to stop investing one day, then my suggestion would be to at least make the sacrifice for the next 10 years and then go buy that fancy car and then go buy that dream car that you always wanted. If you want to take it a step further and make it 15 years, even better. The earlier you start investing, the better chance your money has to turn into millions and millions of dollars. All you have to do is delay that shiny new car purchase for a few years down the road and then make the purchase. Some of you may come behind the curtain and say, what about inflation? Isn't inflation gonna have this big effect? And I'm here to say that yes, I do agree with you. Inflation is gonna make the dollar weaker 10, 20, 30 years from now. But don't tell me that $116,000 gonna turn into $3.8 million 35 years from now, and that's only due to inflation. Definitely not. A small portion, yes, but the majority is due to the growth that is generated. Thank you very much for staying with me till the very end. For those of you that have subscribed, that have liked my videos, a big warm thank you. For those of you that are new, that have come and check out my content, I definitely appreciate you. I definitely thank you as well. And would really appreciate if you subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the future great content. Until next time.